Okay, here we are. Gerry here. I'm here with Bo Lockwood. This is our first report on the Trust Index Poll. We're going to be reporting. We've got the results from our launch in Times Square, New Year's Eve 2014, and we just want to kind of capture what this is about and where we go from here potentially. So we want to share with you our mission is to capture the real voice of the people. And to reflect it back in a mirror-like image, a clear HD granularity, unfiltered and free from any editor's tampering. And we think this is really important, so we invested ourselves in doing it. And we launched our first collection to test the OVP Trust Index Poll on New Year's Eve 2014 in New York Times Square. It's quite an experience. We captured the voice of 28 souls that day, and it stands as our baseline result, which is available on our site. So the question is, does this baseline reflect the real voice of the people? Well, we don't know. So we invite you to take the poll if you haven't already. Take it now and help us to discover the answer to that question. So we'll publish a snapshot like this every month. Live results are coming, so you'll see the results as they are captured, and let's see what happens together. So that's what this is about, and we both want to kind of share a little bit what the experience was in New York City Times Square New Year's Eve. So Bo, Joe's my son's name. Bo, so tell us a little bit about what the experience was for you on our launch in Times Square New Year's Eve.
Yeah, sure, Gerry. I thought it was quite an experience, quite frankly. It was there was a lot of people there. The police, I was really amazed by how they were able to corral the people in such a way to really manage 1 million+ people. I thought it was a great experience for us to really understand the flow of how it works. It was imperative for us to know whether the police would give us a hard time for polling people, which they didn't. So we were happy to learn that. And again, as you mentioned, this was a great baseline. It enabled us to test the questions and get the response. And so far, I believe that overall the response has been favorable in terms of what it is that we're trying to accomplish, which is really to have people consider what their level of trust is throughout various aspects of their lives. And what I think was great about this experience is that next year, when we go back to poll, we will then go back with a much more effective data collection process based on the experience that we already had. And then I guess lastly, the one thing that I did sense throughout the day is there's just a level of apprehension that people were just very reserved in terms of wanting to open up in any meaningful way. And I just think that's a reflection of how our society is right now. We're all constricted, and there's a lot of fear going on, and I really felt that fear personally in that experience.
Interesting. So, my quick summary of my experience there, it was definitely a peak experience. And we got there like 8:30 in the morning in Times Square. They had set up all the corral barriers that create these pens that the people are put into so that the police can manage it, and it is an amazing infrastructure that we experienced. And I was just blown away at the global aspect. There were people from all around the world there that are reflected to some degree in our first baseline snapshot. And I think what's interesting is as you see the snapshot from that first group on Times Square, and now we've got people taking the poll, so we have data from people taking the poll online, which is completely open right now. The indexes are holding true so far in terms of what the New Year's Eve group their voice together. So it's going to be interesting over time to see how that changes, if it changes. So we invite you to check out the results, take the poll if you haven't already, and we'll be doing this once a month, getting a snapshot, and we'll be providing the live results soon. So you'll be able to see up to the latest, who's taking the poll, or not who, because it's anonymous, but what those results are reflecting at that moment. So I think, is there anything else that we need to talk about, Bo?
Well, I think we should just mention that people should go to OneVoicePoll.net, and there's a big green button right on the homepage that says "Take the poll now," and it takes about 3 minutes to complete. And we would really value your input. I think it's an important time to enable the world's voice to be heard collectively.
Yeah, and we've got ideas for expanding this into other complementary approaches, but we'll do that in our next report, right? We have some announcements to make. So, so if there's nothing else that you have, Bo, I'd like to, express my thanks for you listening and participating. If you take the poll, thank you so much. We'd love your feedback, so feel free to do that on our site. And until we get a chance to report something else, we'll take care. Thank you.